Hello and welcome to Know Exactly Where. In this clip, we're going to see the options that the participants have to see the upcoming tasks. So in this case, we're going to log in with the Demo Q3 account. That's Melissa's account, the designer. So we log in. And here, if we go to participations, we see the participations menu we commented in a previous clip. And we see two more things. We see the overdue tasks and the due in the next 7-day tasks. Actually, the little green checkbox next to them is giving away that there's nothing there. So if we click on them, we're going to be told that there's no overdue tasks for this participant. And if we go to the due in the next 7 days, the same is true for that as well. So there's no pending tasks for this participant that are due in the next 7 days. So here, that would be the easy way for Melissa to see if something's pending on her side and to see if she's late on something. So that's an easy way to get there. But we're going to make this a little more interesting by actually logging on as a project manager just one moment. So we're going to go back to being Steve. Just one second. We're logging on as Steve. And then in the project itself, we're going to do something. We're going to recreate the project calendar. And we're going to actually, we'll go back to the dashboard. And we're going to recreate the calendar, but we're going to bring it back like it should have started a month ago. So we're going to say the 3rd of January, that would be the date. And now for sure, there are going to be things that should be completed that have not been completed. Let's check the list view. Everything's on plan. We have some things behind plan already that should be tackled very soon. Some of them we're behind plan on some things. And Melissa precisely is behind plan on many of these. So that's going to be an interesting view when we log in as Melissa again. So we're going to log in as Melissa again. So let me pick that one. All right, so we're back to being Melissa. And now in participations, we see that there's a number six here. And that's a reminder of either overdue tasks or tasks due in the next 7 days. So here you find that we have one overdue task and 5 tasks due in the next 7 days. So if we actually go to the overdue task, it's going to show. We can collapse and open and collapse this panel. We would have we would have a panel like this for every project. So if Melissa participated in 10 projects, she would see all her overdue tasks of all of the projects right here, one panel after the other, each panel being a project. And in this case, it should have finished 13 days ago. This creative conversation should have finished 13 days ago. That's why it's overdue. And if we check what's due in the next 7 days, we see that there's all the logo designs are due tomorrow, basically. So so she has not started them. So that's why they're going to be due in the next 7 days. That's why it appears for her to know, okay, if you haven't started or done anything on these, you should. So these are two options for participants to see what's upcoming, what's overdue, and it's a good way for them to organize themselves in a better way. Last but not least, you may remember that also participants can access their portal messages. So right here, if we enter this, we have the confirm the completion of the created conversation. That's the actionable message that we have right here. So here it is. And remember that we don't have other ones, other actionable ones, other pending completion, because the logo designs, despite them being required to finish tomorrow, they are not yet ready to be started because theoretically this creative conversation should be a requirement for them to get started. So it is not 100% related the fact that those dependencies are still valid and they're still enforced. And a different story is that I remind you that those tasks should finish. In this case, if it's not her fault, that's fine. But at the very least, you should know because you, as a participant, also have a responsibility to go back to the project manager and say, hey, I see these tasks are supposed to be done by tomorrow, but I don't see how I can start them because nothing has been launched that allows me to say I can start them. So basically, the whole project is going to be driven by the tasks that complete and that trigger other tasks to start. But at the same time, the participants have the visibility on when things are supposed to be happening so that they can be aware and they can communicate back to the project manager. So that's all for this video. See you in the next clip.